How we doing, guys? All right, so as I promised, I said I would make a short video on the Knut hitch. So this is the hitch that I have gravitated towards with the new Halfline 2.0 system, and I like it for a number of reasons. One, it's very simple to tie. Simple to tie, simple to remember, and it's very effective. Okay, because it tends very easily, and when you put weight into it, as you can see, it tends beautifully. Okay, so your Virgo or your Grigri or your Mad Rock, whichever you want to use, would get hooked up on the rope below it. Okay, so as you went up, put some tension on your mechanical. As you would go up, your mechanical just hits it underneath here and tends it up beautifully. And I'll put this all together at the end of the video and show you exactly how it works. All right, but the beauty of this hitch, as I said, is just it locks up really tight, you know, to hold you in case, like I said, if anything was ever to happen. This is where our added redundancy comes in. And as you all know or should know, Grigri, Mad Rock, Safeguard or Lifeguard, and the Virgo, the Triangle Virgo, they're not supposed to be used. You're not supposed to go hands-free on those devices, okay? So you always need some sort of backup. And I see this a lot too on all you one-stick guys, you know, asking questions. How should I back up my Mad Rock? How should I back up my Grigri or the Virgo? Okay, so this is a very simple yet effective way to back it up and add the redundancy into your system. Okay, and as I said, this is called the Knut hitch. That's K-N-U-T, like looks like Knut hitch. Super simple. I'm going to show you how to tie this, and also I'm going to show you a little tip that you can use. This is a 30 inch 8mm Rit cord. Okay, this is 30 eye to eye 8mm. So I'm going to show you a quick little tip on this so you know exactly where your starting point is every time you go to tie this hitch. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break this hitch down, take it apart. Okay. All right, so you got 30 inch eye to eye. You can use 28 too. I actually just started using this 30. I like it because it puts the action of the hitch a little bit further away from your mechanical hitch, which is nice, especially for you guys if you're going to use it on a Mad Rock or a Grigri. It's not interfering with the brake so much. Okay, so I think you'll like the 30 inch 8mm eye to eye, and you can use anything. This is RIT cord, Rit cord. You can use Sterling makes a flex hitch cord. You can use Beeline hitch cord. You know, they're all 8mm. They're all good. Right? They all work. Okay, so let me just show you quickly how this ties up. So you're going to take your 8mm hitch cord, okay, and you're going to go behind on the back side of your rope. Okay, I'm probably leaving just so that at the end of the hitch, when I'm done tying it, you want both eyes. You want both eyes to add up like this evenly, all right? And then that's where it would go through your carabiner, okay? So they have to be even so that they both work effectively. All right, so I'm gonna take about, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches, all right? And like I said, if this works out perfectly even, I'll definitely show you a little quick tip that you can do so that you'll always remember, okay? So I'm gonna make 4 coils down the rope, okay? I'm behind the main line. This is my climbing line. So I'm going to come 4 times around. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there you go. I have 4 coils. Okay. Now you're going to come around 1 more time, but not complete it. Okay. This is the 5th. But what you're going to do, well, I can hold this together here. You're going to create an eye. Okay. Or a loop, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Like so. So you're just going to bring that 5th around, halfway around on the backside, leaving this leg out. Okay, take your top leg and you're going to go on a diagonal across. Okay, in front. Now you're going to take the leg that you made the loop, and you're going to come back across and go through. that eye, dress, pull it down, okay? And as you can see, I'm a little off here, all right? So what we can do is take this one back through, like so, okay? And let's shorten this up a little bit. So I'll make a couple coils here, go around, and we shorten it up a bit. Put your eye back in, okay? Same thing, come across diagonally, take that tag in, feed it through, dress, pull down. All right, there you go. Now I'm even here, okay? So now, and like I said, how this thing works really well. So your carabiner would go through this and also would go through your Mad Rock Gree or your Virgo, okay? But this breaks, and I got it actually a little too tight here. What you gotta do is you gotta have these two ends, they can't be up against the 4 coils because then it kind of binds. So as you're dressing it, takes a little the first couple times, but then once you do it, and like I said, I'll show you this quick tip. All right, so now it's even, that's it, okay? So just remember, you don't want the last bend, okay, and where it goes through, back through on itself, you don't want it up tight to the 4 coils because then it's just gonna bind the knot up so tight that you're not gonna be able to move it. So that's how the Knut hitch works. This is the action, how it works well. And like I said, you could break your weight on it, yet you can see how effectively it'll just tend easily up the rope, break on it, put my body weight into it, okay, tends, okay? Works really, really nice with a mechanical hitch tending it, okay? So, now to remember, like I said, we're even here, take the knot back apart, okay? Go back through that eye. This is where you wanna make your reference point though, okay? So you're gonna come back there. All right, now it's free. Now, take this leg where it meets your climbing line, magic marker, okay? And just make yourself a reference point on the line, right there. Just gives you a little visual reference point so that when you go into the woods the day you're gonna hunt and you're gonna tie this hitch, you now have, you can see that, yeah, you now have a reference point where your starting point, okay? So you're not fumbling around in the dark, readjusting this thing and making sure that both legs come out evenly. So now I would just take that reference point right up against my main line, my climbing line, make my 4 coils, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Here's my reference point. Make your 5th, creating that loop, okay? This comes across diagonally. This end goes through the eye you've created. Tuck this back a little bit here. I see it got a little too long there. Just coil this back a bit. All right, and there we go. Now we're even where our carabiner would go through, okay? And like I said, super effective knot, all right? Oh, one other thing, make sure that both legs are facing you, or facing where your carabiner is gonna go through, okay? Because if you put one around the backside, you're now creating another bend, and it's not gonna be as effective, you know, once you put weight in it, okay? So with that, I think I got a Virgo in here somewhere. Yes, I do. Okay. So your Virgo, you would open that up, slide it open, and you can see the arrow where the rope comes in through the body and comes out towards the brake handle. Okay. Slide this over. All right, now it's loaded. Do I have a carabiner? Yes, I do. Okay. Now, okay, now I take my carabiner. You guys can see this, all right? So, with the Virgo, you're gonna do this just a little bit differently than you would Mad Rock or Gree, okay? But I'm gonna take my carabiner, go through the Virgo first, and then load each eye in. All right, and there you have your redundancy. Okay, you have. All right. Tilt this down a little. Yeah, that's better. So now you have your mechanical hitch, okay, and your rope hitch is your backup, okay. And like I said, you can see how nicely, okay, that Virgo, the mechanical hitch, or if you use a Gree or a Mad Rock, all right. Back up a bit. You can see just how nicely that tends. Come back down. All right. So if you guys, you won stickers, because you guys don't normally use a CT quick roll, I'll show you how this tends very easily with the CT quick roll. Okay, but you guys, as you're going up, this is a pretty nice system. And like I said, whether or not you use the Triangle, that's up to you. It'll work with your Mad Rock or your Gree. But the nice thing about it is, like I said, as you're going up, get up to height. Once you get set in where you're gonna have your platform height and everything like that, this just works very nicely where it tends that hitch, okay? And the beauty of this redundancy with this hitch is, okay, is that's it right there. You know, if anything was to ever happen to this mechanical hitch, all right, your rope hitch is your backup, and that has it, okay? And now my whole body weight went into that, okay? Now I can still break it, okay? It requires a little bit of pressure, but all right, now I can break it, okay? And if it does get too tight, I'm on the ground so I can show you. If it does get too tight, all you would have to do is just let the mechanical hitch, the mechanical Virgo, let it tend it one time, and now as you can see, it's very loose, okay? All right, but as I said, that's the nice thing about it. You know, it's your fail-safe. You know, these two together, and as I said, whether it's the Virgo and the rope hitch, or your Mad Rock and your rope hitch, all right, it's a bomb-proof system, all right, and it's something you should all consider, definitely. Like I said, if you already have the Gree or the Mad Rock or the Triangle Virgo, just go out and get yourself some 30-inch eye-to-eye 8mm ripcord, beeline, flex, whatever it is, okay? That's all you got to do is to install that. Then once you get to your spot and you're sitting, you no longer have to tie this knot at the end of it so that it doesn't slip through, okay? Because like I said, these devices are not meant to go hands-free, so you should have that backup all the time. And this is so simple and effective. And then it also gives you that added protection, that added peace of mind that you have redundancy built into your system. So one other thing for you guys, if you're climbing my half line, you know, and this is the reason why I went with this too, just because it works so nice together. Tending this hitch, it's pretty much effortless. I'm gonna do it so you guys can see here. All right, so. Okay, added redundancy. Okay, so if you're ready to pull on your brake too fast with that sudden drop, the hitch cord's going to grab you. All right, you can, as I said, you can slightly brake it. It's fairly easy to brake. Apply some pressure to it. The nice thing about it is now when you come down, you no longer need to hold on to your tail end. One on the brake, one on the hitch. That's it. Come down nice and easily. So, all right, guys. Hope that answers some questions for you. Like I said, I would definitely look into this system. These two together, smooth as butter. So I think you're really going to like it. All right, guys. Thanks, man. Climb safe.